and so cool and so surreal. My mom get to watch her son and her grandson play in the NBA at the same time.
After months of speculation, behind-the-scenes negotiations, and league-wide rumors, the Cavaliers pulled off the move nobody thought would actually happen. But insiders say this LeBron James's trade isn't just basketball, and the real reason might surprise everyone. The current situation. LeBron James is in the final year of a 2-year, $101.4 million contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. His salary for this season sits at $52.6 million. He exercised his player option in June 2025 to return for what could be his 23rd NBA season. The contract includes a full no-trade clause. This means James must approve any trade involving him. League sources confirm he plans to finish the 2025-26 season with the Lakers. No mid-season move is expected, but something shifted in late January 2026. The Lakers traveled to Cleveland on January 29th. James returned to the city where he was drafted in 2003, the city where he won his first championship in 2016, the city near his hometown of Akron, Ohio. The Cavaliers prepared a video tribute for him.
Here's the Cavs video tribute in the first quarter.
Welcome back to the land. From St. Vincent, St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio, number 23, LeBron.
Wow, you see LeBron actually tearing up during that tribute.
LeBron cried in front of the crowd, in front of the cameras, in front of everyone watching at home. After the game, a 129-99 loss for the Lakers, James spoke to reporters. He addressed his future directly.
Question gets asked more, and the thought, creeps in my mind more at 41 years old of when the end is and where's the finish line for us to hang this thing up. So, but the drive on, how much like juice I can squeeze out of this orange, and how can I continue to, I'm at a battle with Father of Time, and I'm kind of taking it personal.
He also talked about playing with his son Bronny in Cleveland.
So weird and so cool and so surreal, My mom get to watch her son and her grandson play in the NBA at the same time. I actually just started to think about how insane that is.
The moment hit differently. LeBron had never shown this level of emotion in Cleveland before, not like this. Kendrick Perkins watched from the studio. He has known LeBron since 1996. He had a reaction.
When I saw LeBron James, a brother of mine shedding tears because he has dedicated his entire life to this game of basketball. That's all he knows. And when we talk about greatness, he is that. And so, yeah, it hit me watching it from the TV that, hey, I don't believe that this year is going to be his final year, but I do believe that next year is going to be his final year. And in my opinion, it needs to be with the Cavs.
Perkins continued with his stance.
It needs to be with the Cavs. He needs to have his farewell tour. He has earned that. The fans deserve it. He deserves it. And I mean, just watching Bron shed tears, I've never seen him cry a day in my life, and I've been knowing him since 1996.
Days later, on February 3rd to 4, 2026, the Cavaliers made a blockbuster trade. They acquired James Harden from the Los Angeles Clippers in exchange for Darius Garland and a 2026 second-round pick. The move transformed Cleveland into an immediate title contender. Then came the report that changed everything. Dave McMenamin of ESPN reported that the Cavaliers would be open to reuniting with LeBron James for a third stint if he signed as a free agent in the summer. Sources close to James identified Cleveland as an obvious destination, should he choose to continue playing. Joe Vardon and Jason Lloyd of The Athletic reported, LeBron James will be a free agent this summer, and if he chooses to play a 24th NBA season, sources close to him said Cleveland would be an obvious destination. His salary would not be close to the $52.6 million he's earning now in Los Angeles, but at age 41, he is aware of the market realities facing him if he extends his career. The pieces were falling into place. Harden, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen, and potentially LeBron. Sources indicate that Donovan Mitchell and James Harden plan to recruit LeBron to Cleveland this summer. Harden and James won Olympic gold together in 2012. Mitchell grew up a Cavaliers fan because of LeBron. The question is no longer whether Cleveland wants LeBron back. They do. The question is whether LeBron wants to come home one more time. The emotional pull of Cleveland. The relationship between LeBron James and Cleveland runs deeper than basketball statistics or championship banners. It runs through the streets of Akron, through the hallways of St. Vincent St. Mary High School, through decades of shared history that no other city can claim. LeBron was born in Akron on December 30th, 1984. His childhood was marked by instability. He missed nearly 80 school days in 4th grade. He found stability with the Walker family, who took him in and introduced him to organized basketball. From those humble beginnings emerged the most scrutinized high school athlete in American history. The Cavaliers drafted him first overall in 2003. He was 18 years old. He had never played a college game. He scored 25 points in his NBA debut and won Rookie of the Year. By 2005, he was an all-star starter. By 2007, he carried Cleveland to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history, but the finals ended in a sweep. The Cavaliers could not build a championship roster around him. After 7 seasons of playoff disappointments, LeBron made the decision in 2010. He announced on live television that he was taking his talents to South Beach. Cleveland fans burned his jersey. Owner Dan Gilbert wrote a letter calling him a coward. LeBron won 2 championships in Miami. He became a different player, more polished, more complete, more prepared to carry a franchise to a title. Then, in 2014, he wrote an essay for Sports Illustrated titled, "I'm Coming Home." He returned to Cleveland. He teamed with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He led the Cavaliers to 4 consecutive finals appearances. In 2016, he delivered the impossible. Down 3-1 against the 73-win Golden State Warriors, LeBron orchestrated the greatest comeback in finals history. He averaged a triple-double. He made the block on Andre Iguodala. He ended Cleveland's 52-year championship drought. That championship meant something different. It was not just a trophy, it was redemption. For LeBron, for Cleveland, for a city that had been told for decades it could not win. He left again in 2018, this time for the Lakers. But the bond with Cleveland never broke. The January 2026 tribute demonstrated that bond remains unshaken. When the video played inside Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, showing clips from his high school days at St. Vincent St. Mary, LeBron could not hold back his emotions. The tears came naturally, unexpectedly, in front of 20,000 fans who still consider him one of their own.
And I've been knowing Bron since about 1990s. Okay?
Way back.
And I've never seen him this emotional outside of like winning a championship. And there was something in that video that struck a nerve. I believe he talked about when he was 22 years old.
Perkins elaborated on what that moment represented.
And what happens is things start to sink in, right? When you talk about Mama Glow being in the stands and all of a sudden Bronny is on the bench and everybody in the stands is rooting your name. You seeing the security guards you used to dab up all the time, all the staff around the arena. When you was a youngster, LeBron James is Cleveland.
Yeah.
He is the state of Ohio.
The philanthropic work reinforces these ties. The LeBron James Family Foundation has invested over $20 million in Akron. The I Promise School opened in 2018, serving struggling elementary students. The I Promise Village provides transitional housing. House 330 offers job training. The I Promise Health Quarters delivers medical services to the community. These are not vanity projects. These are brick and mortar investments in people who grew up the same way LeBron did. Children who miss school because of unstable home lives. Families who need support to break cycles of poverty. LeBron has described this philanthropic work as his proudest achievement. Not the championships, not the MVPs, not the scoring records, the kids in Akron. Cleveland offers something no other destination can provide: proximity to that work, proximity to his mother Gloria, proximity to the community that shaped him before basketball made him a billionaire. The emotional weight of potentially finishing his career where it started cannot be understated. Kobe Bryant had his farewell tour with the Lakers, the only franchise he ever played for. Michael Jordan returned to Chicago for his final years, excluding the Wizards stint. The greatest players often seek closure with the teams that define them. For LeBron, that team is Cleveland, the city where a kid from Akron became a global icon, the city that forgave him for leaving, the city that celebrated with him when he delivered the only championship in Cavaliers history. Donovan Mitchell spoke about what LeBron's return to Cleveland meant to the organization and the city.
Yeah, I mean, I think playing LeBron what could be the last game. I personally don't think it's the end. I think, just knowing that game, what that means to the city, what it means to him, what it means to the league, what it means to me, it's going to be a special one.
The Cavaliers are not just interested in LeBron for nostalgia. They are interested because he makes them better, because his presence in that locker room changes the mentality of everyone around him, because he knows how to win championships.
It's not a joke. Like, let me just keep it real with you.
Yeah.
Like, LeBron is exactly what they need. The exact middle missing piece. Because it's not about the basketball stuff. It's the other stuff. It's the, let me show you how to do this, son. Let me get you together. And then Donovan, think about it.
Yeah.
You got two dudes. Think about this. It's a game 7. You think LeBron James and Donovan gonna let you use?
No.
The emotional case for Cleveland is overwhelming. The practical case depends on whether the numbers work. The salary cap puzzle. Money complicates everything in the NBA. The league operates under a collective bargaining agreement that punishes teams for spending beyond certain thresholds. The Cleveland Cavaliers, despite their championship ambitions, face significant financial constraints that will determine whether a LeBron reunion is feasible. LeBron James currently earns $52.6 million. He will become an unrestricted free agent in summer 2026. Under the new CBA, he would be eligible for a maximum contract, starting at approximately $58.1 million, but sources indicate he understands market realities. At age 41, turning 42 in December 2026, he cannot expect a max deal from a contending team. The Cavaliers' salary situation is complex. Their projected commitments for 2026-27 total approximately $226.9 million. The second apron threshold is projected at $223.7 million. This means Cleveland sits roughly $3.2 million above the second apron before adding any new players. The second apron carries severe penalties under the new CBA. Teams above it cannot use sign-and trades to acquire players. They cannot aggregate salaries in trades. They face restrictions on draft pick acquisitions. These rules were designed to prevent super teams from stockpiling talent through creative financial engineering. For Cleveland to sign LeBron to a maximum contract, they would need to shed approximately $60 million in salary. That would require trading Jarrett Allen, $28.9 million, or another significant piece. Such a move would undermine the very roster that makes Cleveland attractive to LeBron in the first place. The more realistic scenarios involve substantially reduced compensation for LeBron. Forbes analyst Brian Toporek outlined the possibilities. If Cleveland can get below the first apron, $210.7 million projected, they could offer the non-taxpayer mid-level exception, worth approximately $15.1 million. If they remain above the first apron but below the second, they could offer the taxpayer mid-level exception at roughly $6.1 million. If they cannot get below the second apron, they can only offer the veteran minimum, approximately $3 million, for a player with 10+ years of experience. The James Harden trade helped Cleveland's financial flexibility. By acquiring Harden for Darius Garland, the Cavaliers maintained near salary neutrality while simultaneously trimming their luxury tax exposure. Combined with the trade sending DeAndre Hunter to Sacramento for Dennis Schroeder and other pieces, Cleveland reduced their tax bill by approximately $44-50 million. Additional moves could create more space. Declining Lonzo Ball's $10 million team option would save that amount directly. If Harden opts out of his $42.3 million player option for 2026-27 and re-signs at a lower figure, Cleveland could duck the apron entirely. One panelist on a Cleveland sports show laid out what a pay cut would mean for acquiring LeBron.
You know, you're talking about now $56 million. If he wanted to win a ring here or anywhere, you would have restructured your deal for a lower price, where now whoever's trading for you don't have to give up half the team. So if you just said, all right, there's $56 million here, you want what, 2 years, 70, now you jump down to 30, I can get one player away from you. So now, hey, Garland for LeBron, I can do that.
The analysis continued with what that roster would look like.
Now I can just trade 1 for 1, right, and a future pick, right, just to make you feel better. Now I got Lonzo Ball, Spider-Man, Hunter, Bron, Mobley, Allen off the bench. I can put LeBron at the 3, Evan, I can go big as like, you know what I mean? I got so much room because I only got him for 1 because of his price tag.
A sign and trade represents another pathway. In this scenario, the Lakers would send LeBron to Cleveland in exchange for salary matching and draft compensation. However, second apron rules complicate this mechanism. Teams above the second apron cannot acquire players via sign and trade. Cleveland would need to dump a significant salary before executing such a transaction. Brian Windhorst of ESPN predicted that the Lakers will request a potentially significant pay cut from LeBron if he wants to continue playing in Los Angeles. The Lakers need cap space to build around Luka Doncic and potentially extend Austin Reeves. A $52 million LeBron hamstrings that effort. The financial reality points toward LeBron accepting substantially less than his current salary regardless of where he plays. Whether that's $30 million with the Lakers, $15 million via a mid-level exception with Cleveland, or the veteran minimum, LeBron's next contract will not match his current earning power. The question becomes, what matters more to LeBron at 41 41 years old? Maximizing his final contract or maximizing his championship chances? His history suggests he has always followed the path to titles. He took less money to join Miami in 2010. He took strategic short-term deals with Cleveland to maintain flexibility. He has never been motivated primarily by salary. If legacy and championships matter more than money, Cleveland's financial constraints become manageable. LeBron could sign for the mid-level exception or veteran minimum, preserving the core that makes Cleveland a contender while adding his experience, leadership, and closing ability. The money works if LeBron wants it to work. The question is whether he does. The Lakers' situation and LeBron's frustrations. The Los Angeles Lakers' trajectory has shifted dramatically since LeBron James joined in 2018. The franchise that won a championship in the 2020 bubble now appears to be building toward a future that may not include its 41-year-old superstar. The Lakers traded Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic. This move signaled a pivot toward younger talent. Doncic, at 26 years old, represents the next decade of Lakers basketball. His $50 million salary anchors the roster. Austin Reeves has emerged as a key complementary piece, with a potential extension valued between $35–40 million. LeBron's role within this framework has become complicated. ESPN's Baxter Holmes reported extensively on tensions between LeBron and Lakers owner Jeannie Buss. The relationship has been strained by various factors over the years. Buss reportedly considered trading LeBron earlier in his tenure. The Lakers did not offer him an extension last offseason. Buss has expressed frustrations with what she perceives as LeBron's outsized influence on team decisions. LeBron has publicly maintained he is committed to the Lakers for this season. When asked directly about his relationship with the organization, he responded simply, I'm good, but actions and circumstances tell a different story. LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, has not stayed quiet. On a December 2025 podcast, Paul suggested the Lakers should consider trading Austin Reeves for Jaren Jackson Jr. This comment created friction within the organization. Reeves is viewed as a core piece of the Lakers' future, suggesting his trade did not sit well with ownership or management. LeBron distanced himself from Paul's comments, emphasizing that his agent's opinions do not necessarily reflect his own, but the damage to internal relationships may have already been done. Rich Paul's influence via Clutch Sports has historically shaped Lakers dynamics, including the Anthony Davis acquisition in 2019 and Bronny James being drafted in 2024. The Lakers' current record stands at 30-19, good for 6th place in the Western Conference. Health has been a factor. LeBron missed the first 14 games of the season with sciatica. When healthy, the team has shown competitiveness, but the roster construction prioritizes different timelines for different players.
Look, the Lakers are always going to win regular season games. They're good. They're that good offensively. But when they play against great elite teams with athleticism, they get exposed defensively, especially in the interior.
The defensive concerns persist. Against Cleveland in January, the Lakers surrendered 28 points in the third quarter alone on uncontested field goal attempts. They lost by 30 points. LeBron scored just 11 points on 3 of 10 shooting, his fewest ever against the Cavaliers. Reports suggest a mutual readiness between James and the Lakers to part ways after this season. The Lakers need cap flexibility to build around Doncic. LeBron may want a situation where he is the primary focus of a championship push, not a supporting piece in someone else's construction project. The team's youth movement includes multiple rookies and young players who represent the organization's future. Building around a 26-year-old Doncic makes sense for a 5 to 10 year window. Building around a 41-year-old LeBron makes sense only for the immediate term. These priorities may be fundamentally incompatible. Projections indicate the Lakers could generate $38–47 million in cap space if LeBron departs. This would position them as a top free agent destination, able to pursue complementary pieces for Doncic without the constraints of LeBron's massive salary. From the Lakers' perspective, LeBron's departure could be addition by subtraction in terms of roster flexibility. They would lose the greatest player of his generation. They would gain the ability to construct a team specifically designed to maximize their new franchise cornerstone. LeBron's cryptic social media posts have not helped perceptions. Hourglass emojis, comments about roster needs, public statements that stop just short of demanding changes. These actions create headlines that complicate his relationship with ownership and management.
Your prediction was that this was his last game.
This is his last
Nice try.
Nice try.
You're trying to swerve this.
Yeah,
You're trying to roll back.
It's starting to sink in.
You tried to swerve this.
I think it was bigger than that, though, Dan.
The tension is palpable. LeBron wants to compete for championships. The Lakers want to build for the future. These goals overlap in theory, but diverge in practice when the timeline is this compressed. A farewell tour in. Cleveland offers LeBron something Los Angeles cannot. A supporting cast built specifically to win now, playing in front of fans who view him as family, finishing his career where it started. The Lakers may let him walk without much resistance. Retirement, performance, and the final decision. LeBron James has not committed to playing beyond the 2025-26 season. Every public statement he makes about his future includes caveats and uncertainty. The retirement question looms over every discussion about where he might play next. His performance this season provides context for that uncertainty. LeBron is averaging 21.9 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game. His field goal percentage sits at 50.9%, but his three-point shooting has dipped to 32.2%. These numbers represent his lowest scoring output since 2003-04, his rookie season. The sciatica injury that sidelined him for the first 14 games affected his rhythm. At 41 years old, recovering from injuries takes longer. Maintaining conditioning becomes harder. The athleticism that once separated him from every other player on the court has naturally declined. Advanced metrics tell a similar story. His player efficiency rating sits at 21.2, down from his career average of 26.8. His true shooting percentage is 55.4%. Solid, but below his peak years. The numbers suggest a player who remains effective, but is no longer dominant on a nightly basis. Yet LeBron can still turn back the clock in spurts. Since New Year's, he has scored 20-plus points in 15 of 17 games, averaging 23.5 points efficiently during that stretch. The burst capability remains. The question is sustainability over an 82-game season and a potential playoff run.
If he ain't LeBron, he's not a first-team All-NBA guy. He's not even a second-team All-NBA guy. But in spurts, LeBron James can be a top 15 player in spurts. And what the Cavs need is much more than just points, rebounds, and assists.
The intangibles matter as much as the statistics. LeBron's experience in pressure situations cannot be taught or acquired through free agency. He has played in 10 NBA Finals. He has won 4 championships with 3 different franchises. He knows what it takes to close out playoff series.
They need the mentality and somebody that done been there. They need somebody that won't collapse when they need a rebound. They need somebody that won't say the lights was too bright, because LeBron not gonna let the lights be too light.
Betting markets imply a 30% probability that LeBron retires before the 2026-27 season. This reflects genuine uncertainty about his intentions. He could walk away, he could play 3 more years. Nobody knows except LeBron, and he may not have decided himself. The emotional moments in Cleveland suggest he is contemplating the end. The tears during the tribute, the philosophical comments about battling father time, the acknowledgement that this could have been his last game as a visitor in that arena.
Now he's sitting back and watching that journey and considering it. You know, sometimes you're so busy in the moment that you don't do that.
And they looking at me. I mean, I think that, and I still stand on this, he doesn't know it yet, but it's starting to set in. Like, that could have been his last game in Cleveland.
The panel discussed what they believed was happening internally with LeBron.
And I think it kind of hit him all at once. Seeing his mom there, Bronny there.
What if he?
I would love a farewell tour.
Look,
I think he deserves it.
I'm looking at you.
But his body might tell him.
I want to refuse to say that LeBron is human, but he's showing more of his humanity than ever before.
If LeBron chooses to continue, Cleveland makes sense for multiple reasons. The roster is constructed to compete immediately. Donovan Mitchell averages 28.8 points per game. James Harden brings elite playmaking at 25.4 points and 8.1 assists. Evan Mobley provides defensive versatility. Jarrett Allen protects the rim. The Harden trade improved Cleveland's championship odds from 22-1 to 12-1. Adding LeBron, even in a reduced role, would push those odds even further in their favor. The panel imagined what a closing lineup would look like with LeBron in Cleveland.
Donovan, Jalen Tyson, LeBron, Mobley, and
Darius?
No.
Dang, your boy ain't on the floor?
No, because LeBron's the point guard.
And DeAndre Hunter?
Probably.
Or Max Strus?
Man, they got so many options.
Nah, I'll probably go Hunter.
The defensive possibilities excite observers who understand basketball strategy.
Yeah.
Mobley even makes LeBron look better because he can block shots and he can be an eraser.
Yeah.
So now you don't, and you can still cross switch and be like Jalen Tyson can cover a tough defender LeBron can get.
Other teams have been linked to LeBron as well. The Golden State Warriors remain interested, particularly if they acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo. A LeBron-Curry-Giannis combination would create perhaps the most formidable closing lineup in NBA history. The New York Knicks offer Madison Square Garden's prestige and a contending roster of their own, but neither Golden State nor New York offers what Cleveland provides, home. The final decision rests with LeBron. He can retire and cement his legacy as the greatest longevity story in NBA history. He can re-sign with the Lakers and try to win one more title with the organization that brought him his 4th ring. He can chase rings with the Warriors or prestige with the Knicks, or he can go home to Cleveland, play one final season in front of fans who never stopped loving him, compete for a championship with a roster built to win now, end his career where it started, with a franchise that drafted a skinny kid from Akron and watched him become the greatest player of his generation.
I see Braun playing one more year.
But where? Would you like to see him back in Cleveland?
I would like to see him back in Cleveland. One more year.
The evidence suggests Cleveland is the most likely destination if LeBron plays beyond this season. The emotional pull is undeniable. The basketball fit makes sense. The financial hurdles can be overcome with creativity and sacrifice. Click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.